Hi everyone, I'm here with my son Blaze, my fellow big man.
I'm not a man. I'm a boy.
Or why do you call yourself a man when I talk to you? This might be an every Sunday thing with us, so
We do this every Sunday.
if you want.
Okay.
So first off, I'm gonna talk about something that's on my mind recently. Talking about meat here in Cebu, my suppliers and what I think about them and what I think about the meats. Right. So we'll start off with the beef. Right. Beef. If you want to go with steaks, there's only two that are American cuts that are really out there and worth considering. There's choice and there's prime. Right?
Choice
now,
and prime.
there's also certified Angus beef, which sits somewhere in the middle.
There's choice and
But
prime.
basically, it's choice and prime.
Baba, what do you think is the yummiest meat in the world?
It depends. It depends on what I feel like. Because sometimes I feel like eating U.S. Angus steak, which is where there's choice and prime. Or sometimes I also feel like eating Japanese Wagyu steak. There's a sort of props, huh? No. Anyway, going back to the U.S. Angus steaks, there's choice, there's prime, and then you can't go wrong with both. Choice is a bit cheaper, prime will be a bit more expensive, a bit juicier, a bit softer.
A bit saltier?
No, salty is when you put salt.
A bit spicier?
No, it's just a bit more expensive and a bit softer, a bit more marbling. So there's more.
A bit fatter?
There's more. Yeah, a bit fatter. You're right. And you can basically get those cuts almost anywhere, maybe except for prime.
Yeah, I guess.
And I get mine from Larder Corp. Their prime is good. They have a couple of choices. I think they have XL, which is a brand of prime, XL Prime, and there's also their Creekstone Farms Prime, which is just a tad bit more expensive, but it's basically the same thing. And personally, I prefer the XL Prime. I bought both. A couple of both, and I found that the marbling looked better in the XL Prime compared to the Creekstone Prime. And when I tasted them both back to back, I don't know if it was just in my mind, but the XL Prime to me was a better product. And then moving on, there's what I've been posting a lot, the SRF Wagyu, which isn't really Wagyu, it's more crossbred between Wagyu and Angus, Japanese Wagyu and Angus. So it's a mix of both. And as I told Blaze before, it's a matter of preference. I cannot really say that Japanese Wagyu is better. Matsusaka, Kobe, or other brands of Japanese beef is better. It's my daughter, by the way. This is Avery, the beautiful Avery, who just had her birthday last week. And we ate some SRF Wagyu on her birthday too, of course. Yeah.
It was so yummy.
This girl loves steak so much. She can finish a whole ribeye, a 400-gram ribeye by herself when she was 2 years old. Right, Chavette?
I ate, it was like so
You're not so much into steaks.
Yeah. But I like meat.
Yeah, you do.
I
You like chicken and pork more, which I'll get to later. So let's get back to Ano first. I'm
kind of like a meat boy.
Yeah, not really. You're a food boy. You eat all food.
Well, not all kinds of food.
Strawberry is a steak and a
Steak girl.
steak girl. Okay, going back. So for me, SRF Wagyu or American Wagyu is a good mix of both. You know, it's not too fatty because sometimes when you eat Wagyu, normally if I eat Angus steak, maybe I can finish a half kilo or 500-gram steak. But with Japanese Wagyu, A5 Japanese Wagyu, maybe at most I can do 200 grams, and that would be heavy because it's just too much fat. So usually when I eat Japanese Wagyu A5 or even A4, I usually go for the sirloin cut or the tenderloin cut. You know, not the, I don't go so much for the ribeye anymore because it's just too much fat, more than I can handle. But when I go to the American Wagyu, which according to them is like A3 Wagyu, I can do ribeye. It's for me the perfect both worlds. They make a good product, you know. So I'm kind of getting lost, but anyway, that's what I think. So Larder Corp has those. That's where I get my steaks from, and with them also I also get slabs sometimes, you know, brisket, whole briskets, or as I showed you before, the whole rib cap. The rib cap's really good, you know. The rib cap is what some might call the king of all steaks. It's the best part of the ribeye. It's the one that's like the eyebrow on top of the ribeye, and it's really good. But if you want to get one, be prepared, please, to take out the silver skin. You know, you have to do a bit of butchering, take out the silver skin, because that's just no good. I mean, that's gonna ruin the whole experience. And going to the steaks where it's been cut already per slice, that's easier to handle and usually doesn't need any further trimming. And then Judco has some also, but I noticed that theirs is a bit more expensive and quality is comparable. Although I tried their Rubia Gallega, their Spanish dry aged, and I don't know, maybe it was a fluke. I tried it one time, and from a friend who cooked the steak.
Can I eat Cheetos?
Cheetos after. Right? We'll finish soon. I'll finish it quick. Okay? So there you go. So there's Cheetos, so I have to finish faster. Anyway, what was I saying? Judco, right?
Yeah,
Judco. So there, but the other meat in Judco, their sandwich buns, their hot dog buns, their burger buns are the best. Their Angus that I've tried. Their Angus patties are good also. Their sausages are good. Their pork is good quality, you know, because I think it's imported pork. Usually pork here in the Philippines in general, especially by the smaller pork, you know, providers aren't very streamlined, aren't very well done. You know, they don't rest them. I don't know the proper term, but they don't rest them properly. It's supposed to be after you slaughtered the pork, you're supposed to keep them frozen and hanging, you know, let it dry out the blood. You don't you know, serve it to people or cut it up and serve it right away to people fresh. So imported usually for the pork is better, and sometimes it's also cheaper. So Judco is the best pork. I get my pork belly there, the crunchy one.
Yeah, I like
I get my pork belly there. I get my a lot of my pork there, a lot of cuts. But I get my American, my baby back ribs from Belcris, right? So Belcris, and their fries also. I get my fries from Belcris. So for meats, that's generally where I get them from. And feel free, please, to drop a comment or PM me if you have any other suppliers that are comparable or even better quality here in Cebu. I used to get from Manila also, rare food shop. I got SRF Wagyu picanha, which is really good also. And I also got from Meat Depot before, okay also. But it's hard to ship it here right now. So basically this is what we're working with here in Cebu. I want to try I don't know how you pronounce it, Alpha Mios merchandising. I saw them on Facebook. They claim to be suppliers for some of the restaurants and hotels here for Japanese Wagyu. I want to try them, but I'm having doubts. So, cause last time I wanted to try, I messaged them. Sometimes they reply, sometimes they don't, and then there was quite a time where their profile just straight up disappeared. But now they're back, so maybe I'll try, maybe just a slice, we'll see. And maybe I can show comparison for the SRF Wagyu ribeye and the Japanese Wagyu ribeye. Just for comparison, I'll get one A5 ribeye, the SRF Wagyu ribeye, and a prime US Angus ribeye. Maybe that will come up in a future video. So I guess that's it for today's video. I might post another one. We're dressed like this because Blaze and I are gonna try to make another video, the one that he wants to make, because this is my topic and it's supposed to go his topic and my topic, and I might post that if it comes out well. So maybe you'll see that, maybe you won't. We'll see. All right, thank you guys. Blaze, time to say bye to everyone. You're not much of a host today. You didn't host with me so much.
I'm hungry for Cheetos.
You're hungry for Cheetos. All right, say goodbye to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.